Hi, I'm Rob with We Keep You Cycling, and today SMP's full padded line of saddles, the Pro, Avant, and Plus. They all feature SMP's 4 key characteristics: the end-to-end channel for great soft tissue relief in any position, a sit bone rear design that transmits the weight from the front of your crotch to the rear to your sit bones to properly support them and relieve pressure up front, a beaked nose, which further complements the rear's design by getting the nose out of the way in an aggressive position or say while climbing, and then a slight dip in the center of the saddle to follow the contours of your body. And the combination of all 4 of these provides what I consider to be the most anatomically correct saddle design currently available. The SMP Pro was their first ever SMP. It has all the key characteristics of the SMP line, and it has a slightly above average amount of padding. SMP uses a high density foam though, so it's not particularly squishy, but it does provide a lot of cushion. It's 148 millimeters wide, so for male riders it tends to be towards the top end of what you'd like in a road position, and for women riders it's going to be towards the bottom end of that width range for the average person. It's great for hanging off the nose because it has lots of padding, but a common mistake folks make when buying the saddle is they have soft tissue pressure and they're looking for the largest cutout with the most padding. And this can be a mistake because it's designed for a certain body type, and if you don't need the width of this saddle, you can have a little bit of chafing up front, and that goes for any of these 3 saddles here today. It does have a drawback. While it has a good amount of padding down the center, SMP built this saddle with very firm wings. And so the padding actually tapers off quite dramatically, and as you can see here, the wing angle reflects this drop off, and it's very firm towards the side with lots of padding towards the middle. At 154 millimeters wide and 260 millimeters long, the Avant is favored by female riders. It's not only a woman's saddle though, its strengths also lie in males who need a slightly wider saddle to support their wider sit bones and need a little bit above average padding to reduce sit bone fatigue. Whether you're a male or female, you're going to enjoy the padded nose. It's got slightly more padding up front and it's slightly wider. So that channel is going to provide great soft tissue relief, and that additional padding is great for hanging off the front. The SMP Plus at 159 millimeters wide is their largest, heaviest, and most padded saddle. The average road rider doesn't need this, and I gotta caution you, the common mistake folks make when they're dealing with crotch pain, be it soft tissue, numbness, or discomfort, is to try to buy a saddle that has the largest cutout. Now you're physically only so big and there's only so much space between your thighs. So if you go for a saddle that's too large, like the Plus, you'll pick up chafing and other discomforts that are created by riding on a saddle too large. For folks, however, who are at that far end of the spectrum, say a 1 or 2 percentile, and need a very wide saddle with more padding, that's the Plus. None of the SMP saddles are flat. They all feature a slight curvature towards the center of the saddle. And when you originally set it up, I recommend going with a level position, flat object across the top, to get the benefit of that dip. If, however, you find this is limiting your movement, drop the nose, pick up the larger flat section in the middle, and additional sit bone support. Flipping the saddle over also reveals 8 centimeters of clampable rail. Use it. Your position will likely need a little bit of tweaking, and you have all the room you could possibly need, and the most in the saddle business. The only real drawback to the SMPs is they tend to run a little heavier than their competitors, but this is a result of their construction. You'll notice that the rails actually connect at the rear and essentially are connecting a left and right piece that are joined at the tip and rear of the saddle, held in place with these rails. There's no way around it. It's just going to be a slightly heavier design, and the result is what I believe to be the most anatomically correct saddle. Now there's a lot of SMP saddles, and it can be daunting to try to find the right one for you. If you have any trouble, reach out to us. We know this line, and there is a saddle specifically designed to meet your needs and your riding style, be it one of the three here or one of the other ones I've featured in a previous video. If you have any questions about the SMP saddles, saddle fit, or any of the saddles we carry, drop us a line or email us info@wekeepyoucycling.com.